So I wanted to talk about why I find what Benny Hinn said, defending Kenneth Copeland, I find it very disingenuous and I find it very, very offensive. So if you don't know, Kenneth Copeland did a podcast with his granddaughter.
Like for you, I'm watching you. It's hard to watch you in pain, since you hurt your back when your appendix ruptured and you got the pinched nerve in your back. And, now we're talking about maybe you having to have back surgery at 90 years old. And I'm just like, God, why is my grandfather, of all people, at 90 years old, having to go through this pain when he has lived his life teaching about the manifestation of healing? Why won't you heal him right now? So then why are you still in pain? It's hard. I'm struggling a little bit, and it's hard for me to admit that, but it's frustrating for me to watch you.
Because, and she revealed something about Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Copeland had declared himself healed from some pains he was having. Kenneth is a little bit old now. So he declared himself healed. And he declared that he was going to live all the way until 120. He said God told him this. He made an entire video. He said God told him he's going to live until 120.
I want to tell you something the Lord said to me. He said, Kenneth, I sacrificed my body for yours. He said, now you are sacrificing your body for mine. I didn't want to do that. But then I have a mandate before me. Should the Lord tarry, I will live and preach this gospel till I'm 120 years old.
Okay? For some people, and I've always had this thing, you've heard me probably saying it before, it's people like me that are the problem. And why do I say it's people like me that are the problem? You see me, you guys might have noticed, you see me here, you'll rarely hear me saying I'm sick. You'll rarely hear me saying I'm sick. You might hear me saying I'm tired, that's about it. And even that tiredness is one day. Winter comes, it passes, I didn't catch a flu, nothing. Just, you see, it's people like me that do not have the genes that are sickly, that go out there and teach things like that. And we don't understand. There are people that get sick, like seriously sick, like these people's lives is just sickness. Okay? To go out there and teach things like that, it's God's will for you to just be healthy. I have genes that that are not like that. I must be very careful implying that's everybody's life. Okay? I don't struggle with depression. So I get sad, I watch a comedy video, it's gone. I go to bed, sleep, wake up, it's gone. But I cannot treat that as if that is how everybody is. Some people are really burdened by loneliness and all that type of stuff. I must recognize other people. So these people do not function in that reality. So I'm giving you a framework for what the criticism that has been coming towards Kenneth Copeland.
And I'm going to plead with the church, stop attacking each other on social media. Stop attacking men and women who serve the Lord just so you can get followers and money. Shame on you. With all your hearts, put your hands up high that you will love him. Then don't attack one another. Don't attack men and women of God. Don't be the judge. There's only one judge. Jesus said to us, judge not lest you be judged. Be loving, be kind. Every time you speak a word against someone, you grieve the most precious person anywhere on the globe. When you attack this precious man of God sitting up there, when you attack this precious man up there, you grieve the Lord. Because you disagree with something he says, it's none of your business.
Because Kenneth Copeland stood on the pulpit and said God told him he will live until 120. Can't his word faithing himself because he's in pain? No problem. A year goes by, he does this podcast with his granddaughter. The granddaughter said this. So now people are criticizing now the statement that Kenneth Copeland said on the pulpit about God. This is where this video of Benny Hinn comes from. There where he's almost crying. Now, you want to know why I do not pity this talk. These people have burdened people. They have burdened people, taught people all kinds of things. Now you want to speak there with as if he's about to cry. Stop judging. Where was he? Why didn't you tell him not to say what God didn't tell him? You were not there. You can't tell him that one. You don't know blasphemy when it comes from there. To say what God didn't say. But he wants to be angry at social media. Don't comment. Don't say bad things. Don't say bad things to make money. You think it's all about making money? There are things, the truth is at stake here. People like Kenneth Copeland have told people things that are not there. People like you, Benny. One day you repent, next thing you are doing the very same thing. And it's always people like Benny Hinn that are always defending people they themselves are questionable themselves. Benny, you are not the standard, bros. Broskis, you are not the standard. You people have done things, you have taught people things that are not there. People have been doomed. There's been videos, Justin Peters has shown videos of the level of deception that you people have participated in. We're not blind to those things. And do you think God will not judge those things that you people have said? Are you people even saved? Now, I asked that of Benny Hinn because I have questions. I've always had questions about Benny Hinn being born again because I've heard him teaching something. I've heard him speak about a salvation that's not biblical. Benny Hinn, not 20 years ago, no. A couple of years back, I heard Benny Hinn literally standing on the pulpit and preaching. I think he was in Orlando. Preaching that salvation is when you are not saved until you see Jesus. Benny, I have not even heard people saying that one. Benny was teaching it. This is ridiculous. But now, because you want to be buddy with Kenneth, you must tell him to stop saying things that God has not said to you. God is not your buddy. He's not your buddy there that you just stand up and you say, yeah, God told me this. We're talking about God here. And then someone will come here and they will say, no, you're talking about adults. The adults must understand they themselves are children before the eyes of God. People speak anyhow about God. Just anyhow. We must be careful. But they speak anyhow about God. God is not our equal. We must remember that. And then he is out here, and then he tells the people to raise their hands. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. That's a neutral. They are neutralizing you. Neutralizing you. They themselves they are in error. They do not want to be questioned. When that man stood on the pulpit and said God told him this, which was not God, because now we can see the body is starting to fall apart. Now you know to correct us. Who are now saying, wait, I saw Ray Comfort's video where he's like, how far? That's where, you see Benny Hinn's response? It's that. Because Ray Comfort made a video saying, how far? With 120. Yes, you claimed something that God told you nothing about.